It's a great night in the city, and it's greater when company drops by. Welcome inside the sexiest, most comfortable space to be in. I'm Lenny Green, and as promised, I told you I was going to get her to come by, and I'm happy to say I can deliver on my promise. I should be running for politics, but I'm going to stay far away from that. It is a pleasure to be welcoming back one of the most coolest ladies, beautiful ladies, who we've gotten to learn a lot more about since she released her memoir and since she has become a part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But she is so dynamic. Actress, model, amazing mom, a wonderful executive producer. And that's exactly why she's dropping in on us tonight because she's on another project. But it's a pleasure to be welcoming back to the Quiet Storm. Sexy herself, Miss Garcelle Beauvais. Ça passe.
Hello. I love hearing your voice. I love seeing you. Thank you for having me back.
Boy, you know how to say the right things, don't you? To win a man's heart. She really
You can
does.
pay me later.
You're a charmer. You're a charmer, aren't you?
Uh,
How have you been?
but I like people.
I know that's right. But how have you been though?
I've been really good, really good. Have been working on some amazing projects. My kids
Yeah.
are thriving. Life is pretty good.
All right. All right. So I'll expect to attend a wedding very soon. And we're not going to talk about that, but we will talk about Black Girl Missing, which is your latest project that you're doing with Lifetime. This is your second project with them, no?
It is my second project. I did a film last year called Con in His Web that had to do with cyberbullying. I really love using my platform to bring awareness to things that are important. And obviously, I have kids who are on their phone 24/7, unless there's a fire. um,
I know that's right.
right. And Black Girl Missing was something that I was really passionate about and pitched it to Lifetime, and they got the story, they got the idea. They're doing campaigns about violence against women, and this one is really, really close to my heart, just because I feel like the frustration of the disparity that we get when we go missing
Hmm.
versus other people. It really just struck a chord, and it's something that I had to do.
And I'm so glad that you speaking and got involved with this project because it is serious. This is not fictional by
No,
no means.
no.
This happens on a regular basis. I don't know if you did the stats before you got involved. Was there someone, or you're just hearing things in general that you wanted to do this project, or were there specific things that, you realized a lot of focus need to be brought to this because
Well,
Black girls
just
are missing?
yeah, Black girl are missing every day, and we're not hearing about it. And it was something that, I mean, I knew about and had a frustration about. And also, we need to talk about these things. We need to bring awareness so other people who may not be aware that this is happening. So many times when we go missing, we're classified as, oh, runaway. Or they start putting us as the, perpetrators. Like, have you been doing
Mhm.
drugs? Were they this? Were they that? And it's like, well, no, we're the victims. See us as the victims. So it was really important to me. And it was my first time executive producing. And it was really, really cool, Lenny, just to have a say in who, choosing the director and the
Mhm.
actresses and the location. I mean, I really had my hands in every pot.
It's deep. I had a chance to take a few peeks of this film, which you will get a chance to see, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, March 4th. Believe it or not, we're at the end of February.
Whew,
8 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You must check out
on
Black Girl
Lifetime.
Missing. Yeah,
Yeah.
on Lifetime. It's phenomenal. But I'm going to talk more about that. Garcelle Beauvais is with us tonight. And this coming weekend, this Saturday, if you're going to be out and about, I'm going to advise, encourage, and suggest that you set your DVR on Lifetime Saturday, 8 p.m., depending on where you are. Shout out to our family locked in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. And of course, we have Pine Bluff, Arkansas locked in tonight as well. Please make sure you lock in on Black Girl Missing. It's a thought provoking, deep situation that is real life. And Garcelle Beauvais is the executive producer. Wonderful, deep. Where did you decided to film this at?
We were going to shoot it in Canada, in Vancouver, just because of tax breaks and, the
Right.
industry, it's important. But then my schedule changed, and Lifetime was gracious enough that we shot it in Los Angeles. So that
Wow.
was really great. And it was important to me that we had a Black female writer, which we do. It was important that the director be Black as well, and it was Delmar Washington. I mean, it's really important that diversity, we bring everybody to the table, we put everybody in. And so, this story is just, it resonated with me from the moment I was pitched the idea, and then we went to Lifetime. It's frustrating. We all want to be seen. We all want to be
Hmm.
heard. Our
Hmm.
lives matter just as much as everybody else's. And so many times, it's not the case for us. And I don't know why, but we need to change that. And I'm hoping this movie will help us find some of the missing women. We actually use real names at the end of the movie, which is really powerful. I don't want to give it away.
Sure.
And we hope we can keep the conversation going as to why we are not seen when we go missing. Why is the police not doing enough? Why isn't the media showing us enough? But
You
if
hit
it's a
two
blonde
key
and blue-eyed
points.
person, they get all the coverage.
Right. And you hit two key points that came to my attention upon looking at this. And that was law enforcement as well as media. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to say all media, I'm not going to say
No,
all law enforcement, but
of
it
course not.
does matter. And I wonder, Garcelle, does it take us to sit down with and let them know who we are in our communities?
Yes. Let them know who we are. Let them know that it's important that they see us. And I'm hoping, listen, if a police officer anywhere sees this movie, maybe the next time a case comes in front of them, they will give it more attention. Hopefully, if you see something, also, I think we can all help. If
Yeah.
we hear somebody in our community has gone missing, call your local TV station and ask them, why aren't they putting their picture up? Why aren't there flyers around? I mean, I think we can do so much. A little bit of the in the movie, we get some net sleuths who are regular people who are
Mm.
interested in doing stuff. And I'm seeing that more and more in media where regular folks are finding clues and finding things. So I think we can do that. And another thing the movie touches upon is mental health. My daughter who goes missing says that she was depressed. Now, in my household growing up, we didn't talk
Right.
about mental health.
That's true.
We didn't talk about, my character in the movie at one point, the Black and Missing Foundation, who we partnered with. We have a character that portrays someone from the Black and Missing Foundation.
Yeah.
And she says to me, are you getting any help? And my character goes, a shrink? Like, that's not how I solve my problems. And it's like, so we touch upon that too. It's like, this is a new world.
Yeah.
It's okay to ask for help. It's okay. Doesn't mean you're crazy. Growing up, for me, if someone saw a therapist, they were crazy, or you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I think life is changing. And especially for our community, I think we need to talk about things like this.
Garcelle, life is changing, and I think it's sexy. I know it sounds stupid to put that word associated. Because I've had a therapist, and I think it's good when you have somebody who can just vent to, kind of get a different perspective on. I don't look at it as I'm crazy and I need help, and this is the
Right.
only way I can get through it.
Right. And
So
someone who doesn't have, skin in the game, as they say, right? They
exactly.
can be completely objective and honest with you. And it's not your girlfriend telling you what you need to hear.
A moment ago, I spoke about the disconnect. I've sometimes, in my observation, me not being a parent,
Hmm.
I just feel in looking at everything that's going on around us right now, I think parents are a little disconnected with their kids. See, my mom was really, I come from a single parent family. So my mom was really tight in on what at least I did. My older brother, he went to the military. So, they were taking care of
Ah,
him.
okay.
So at the end of the day, I think parents need to, and I'm not trying to preach because I'm not a parent, but I think parents need to really listen to every word their children are saying and observe every action
Yeah.
because your daughter in this film says, I think I'm depressed. That was the light bulb right there.
And she said to her, when I was growing up, I
Right.
was too busy, I was too busy raising myself to be depressed.
Right.
Now that took the ownership away from the daughter, right?
Right. Right.
And I think that's what we have to do. And listen, I'm a parent. Am I a perfect parent? Absolutely not. I think this day and age, we are all so busy that sometimes we may miss something, but that doesn't mean you can't go back and fix it. I think everything
Yeah.
is fixable, but it's really tuning in and listening and, acting upon it. But it's hard. I mean, being a parent is hard. I mean, the kids are busy, I'm busy. And I think that's what we have to sometimes every now and then just stop for a moment and go, what are they really saying? And I think that's some of the guilt that my character Cheryl has in this movie.
But Garcelle, I think it requires a little bit more discipline than that on the parents' behalf. I think they really have to be involved. You can't,
Oh, for sure.
the time that we're living in right now, it's no time for casual sit back, you know?
No, no casual sit back, no, phoning it in, because that's another thing. They're on their phones. They get all kinds of information on this little device that they have on in their hand. And it's not always the right advice, and it's also not always age appropriate, right? So I think you're right. I think it's tuning in. I think it's, family dinners when you can. For me, it's taking my kids to practice and having them a captive audience in the car.
Right.
That's when I can really get their attention and say no phones, or if we're at dinner, no phones at the table.
You do that. Oh,
I
that's
do
good.
do that. I do do that. And a friend of mine, her son hangs out with me a lot, and he was having dinner with his mom, and she had her phone. And he said, Miss Garcelle doesn't, and she goes, Miss Garcelle's not here right now.
I think that's so important though, because not only kids are attached to the phones, we grown folks are attached to our phones.
We
It's
are.
yeah.
It,
How many phone numbers do you remember?
that's the problem. I don't remember any phone numbers. So now what I've done is in my wallet, I put up like the most important numbers written down in my wallet, but I also try to do, if someone calls me and I don't recognize the number, I pick it up anyways, because God forbid something
Mhm.
happens to my kid and someone else
Right.
is calling me.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Yeah.
running from the law, so I can pick up a
Right.
phone
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
I can block you if if it's somebody that I don't want to.
Well, I thank you for never blocking me to have a moment
Never,
of your
never,
time
ever.
and just enjoy this. And I hope everyone enjoys this film this weekend. Speak of the importance as we let you go of why it's important, not only well, for us to pay attention to this film.
Because it's important for us to be seen. It's important for us to let our voices be heard, that we must be treated just like everyone else. And the Black and Missing Foundation has a hashtag that says, help us find us. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to, get the right people to take notice, and we deserve the same equality as everybody else.
100% correct. As we move into March, March is Women's History Month. You have made some historical moves in your life. And I just want to salute you as a phenomenal woman for doing what you do and continue to bring out great work to us, along with some entertainment along the line.
Along with
So,
some entertainment. Thank you so much, Lenny. I really appreciate you. You're always supportive and kind and just really sweet.
my honor, my pleasure. I look forward to us speaking soon.
Will do.